by moving it forward and.
That no one would come, everybody skips it no matter what. Yeah, at least they can condense their time.
Well.
I don't know. I'm torn also, so I'm not sure it's the right idea. I asked Patrick, he was torn too. Hi, Kristen.
Relevant response to the drop dead meeting itself. Do you want to have it right before or right after? I guess we can talk.
Yeah, we'll talk about it here in a smidge. I mean, so we are waiting for Kristen S. To help us get our IT going. So we don't really have the agenda. But here I can give this to you. I printed it out. Share my screen. Hi, Kristen. Hello. I was looking for the. Well, I've done it before, if they were not, but I just haven't heard it talk.
Yeah, they're doing. We have to change it. If you turn off the.
All right, Kristen's here and she's gonna get the tech going, but I will share my screen and
So we will, so.
I'm trying.
So we have that camera you can use.
Yes, just
For the people that are online.
unfortunate. Okay.
Maybe that won't be the best. We'll try it first.
This is a lot.
So what's your deal, Sally, that paper?
I'm sorry, there's just a lot going on right now. Hold on.
We're seriously gonna have 50 minutes for the story. Say it again,
Yes. That's the goal. She's going through the story map today.
but we only have an hour.
It's whatever we can do. It's fine.
Yeah, we might want to end and say 40 minutes and we can at least have we do 40 minutes.
There's so many things here. Well,
Give everybody a.
What's the password of I get?
So it's right here.
we're having Anna go through the story map. She's going to join us. We've got some questions. This is our last meeting about the story map before we're done. So this is a pretty important meeting. So we do need to spend as much time as possible.
They roll it out before they make the final change.
Before we make our final changes and send it to CWCB. So, yeah. So we can do our
Latest emergency, or is it anything?
No, we're doing good. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So we'll call it to order when you get a chance. Thanks for hanging in, guys.
Okay, it's Wednesday, November 12th. It's 3:03. And
Recording in progress.
it's 3:03. This is the yellow, white, green, basic brown table. I'm Ken Brenner. I'm Mr. Chair today. We also have
Sally Caribou and Steve Hinkemeyer. Room with us, and we have online.
Oh, we got Jefferson. And we've got Monger.
Give us like a 1 minute version of the, or a 30-second version of the agenda today, and explain what you'd like to get done by the end of an hour.
Yeah, I'll go through getting feedback here. So is your speaker on? I'm muted.
Me too. Sounds like it's coming from you though, Sally.
Okay, let me try that. There we go. Okay, we'll just do the consent agenda, like we said. We'll go through our minutes. We missed May's minute, September's minutes. They're linked here on the agenda, which is linked on the website if you want to check out the minutes. I'm gonna quickly go through the financial report. Quick update on the C9 summit. And then I'd like to spend the time on the story map update. We've got Anna Reiling joining us, and this is our last time before we get some feedback from PWCB. Talk quickly about a new PEPO meeting time, and that's about it. That's just a couple updates. That's about it right now. So now we would like to have any public comment.
Public comment. Comment not on today's agenda. Hearing none, full public comment, move to consent agenda. Had a chance to look at both our main minutes, set for minutes. Finance report in front of you. Does anybody want full minutes, either of the minutes, for minutes, or the financial report? Further discussion, or is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So if, Mr. Chair, if you'd like, so I would move that we approve the agenda as well as approve the minutes on May 25th, May of 2025, and the September 2025 minutes, and also approve the budget reconciliation. So all four of those issues.
Thank you very much, Mr. Munger. We have a motion to approve the agenda as well as the consent agenda. For a second. Second. We have Myra is our second. So unless there is further discussion, I'm seeing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is there anyone opposed? All right, thank you. So we'll move on to item number 5, which is the C9 Summit update.
I will say a couple things. Let me do a couple things about the budget.
Okay.
One, we received the $25,000 PEPO grant.
What day did you receive that?
Last couple days ago.
A couple days ago,
Yeah.
right after November 1st.
Yep, a couple days ago. Yeah, right after our meeting in Lakewood. So we are approved for the 25,000 for 2026, which is good news. Second, we have a little bit of money left in our PEPO. Sure, what just happened. We're getting a lot of
Is that mic on? Sally, check that mic.
I think the light is on Steve Hinkemeyer's thing, so it must be feedback from the room.
Yeah,
I thought Halloween was gone. That was
I'm sorry.
You're on mute again, Sally.
All right.
You have a green light, so you should. Can you guys hear now?
We have to do the owl.
Okay.
Well,
said we're gonna do the owl.
Jefferson said she could hear us now. So
She can't.
Yeah.
Michelle hears.
we have Anna with us today. Right now.
Unless she's with Kristen, she's not online.
She had a last minute pick up her child, so I can kick us off. Are we at that part of the agenda? Did we
Yes,
skip the
right there.
C9?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we're having some technical audio. So yeah, we're ready for story map.
Okay, I will get us kicked off and hopefully Anna will join us momentarily. Oh, there she is.
Here.
Perfect timing. Hi.
Hi,
How's it going?
good. Sorry about that.
No worries. We just
am I?
got over a technical complication, so worked out just fine.
There you go. You get the final presentation.
So we have a fair amount that we wanted.
You did trust me. It's okay. I'm in for the long haul. Thank you, sir. Till 9. Till 9. I'm good to that.
Are we ready to kick it off or is?
Ready.
Okay, great. Sorry.
It just shows we have a 4 o'clock meeting following this, so around 3:55, I'm gonna pull the flower. You do.
Okay. Good to know. So we're not going to 4:30. Okay.
No, but we do have quite a bit of time, so yeah.
Okay, well then I won't say much. I will let Anna lead us through our latest progress on this story map. She's devoted a great deal of time to it, and we have had some technical complications, which I actually don't have the latest status of. But before I turn it over to her, I do want to thank everyone who took a chance to review the narrative. That has been a large effort, both from Anna and Lawrence and Four Corners efforts, and also all of us. So I feel like it's coming together really nicely, and it's been a collaborative process. So appreciate everyone's feedback on that. And Anna, are you ready to take over and walk us through where we're at with SRE and the mock-up and the app?
Sure. So I don't know how much you all know about this, but there was an AWS outage, which affected a lot of tech platforms, including ArcGIS and ArcGIS Online. That was in October, and right at that time, the story map stopped working. The published link works still, but the I've been unable to edit it for about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks now. I've lost track. Yeah, 3 weeks. But I immediately got tech support involved, and they are working on the case now. And I get the impression it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of fixing the code behind the story map, and they just have to figure it out. So the latest is they asked for a admin credentials for the Yampa White Green platform, ArcGIS Online platform, which we're working through now. But so that's the status. It's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So we're just doing everything on the back end that we can now to just be ready to hit the ground running when I'm able to get back in there and edit it. So, does anyone have any questions about that?
They aren't able to provide any kind of timeline on that, I imagine.
She just keeps thanking us for our patience, and I got the head of the story map developer team in on it through a friend of a friend, or through my friend that's his friend. So I got him to prod the tech support people and hopefully expedite it. So I can ask her, but I have a feeling she's not going to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the group, where this puts us is effectively, we have about 32, maybe 30 hours left of Anna's time on this project, which is about exactly what she needs to build the actual story map. And she's estimated that if she had to build it from the ground up, that would be an additional 20 hours of her time. So we're kind of caught in this limbo of where that leaves us. But I don't see a point in really discussing that just yet until we have some level of conclusion about whether Esri can restore the work that Anna has put into building the story map to date. But I do want you to have that context.
Yeah. So I'm just going to skip through your questions here, Kristen, for your agenda. Oh, so you wanted me to cover the mock-up, right? Oh, here, I see the agenda. Sorry, I was looking at the agenda from the email. Okay, moving on. So the app that you see on the agenda is it's how we sort of decided to handle the chapter 5 water managers, water admin section that sort of ballooned and has a lot of information that we put a lot of time into, but we still wanted to use it in some way. So I came up with some options, instead of just endless scrolling and reading about all of these entities. I came up with a couple of options for using it as a story map element and then also as an app. So I'll share my screen and I'll show you. Oh, someone else is sharing. Yeah.
Anna, I think originally we were planning on walking through the mock-up first so we could contextualize the app. Do you want to give everyone sort of a windshield tour of the mock-up first?
Yes. Well, what I did was I embedded the app in the mock-up.
Okay.
Yeah. And we can also look at the app independently as well. So this is another story map that I'm using for testing these elements out because I'm not able to get into the existing one. So this still uses the same theme as the original story map. And first, Sally conveyed that Ken wanted to see some changes to the intro map to more closely resemble the map that's on the Yampa White Green Roundtable website. So this is the map on the website, and so this is a interactive map. So it's an interactive map that's a version of that. So it's got all of the features that are on the web map, including DWR districts, rivers and tributaries, counties, wilderness areas, dinosaur, and major reservoirs. So that's that. So For the water administrator section, the chapter 5, what I came up with was this was an interactive map that introduces the section, the water management section, and then there's a little primer on how to use this map. And so what you have are these buttons that you click on each button and it shows you the coverage of the well, in this case, federal entities in the basin. And when you click on a location, it'll pop up with this formatted pop-up with the logo, name of the entity, a little description. Well, these are the descriptions that you all help put together from the narrative document. Address and website. I put a lot more work into this. I have phone numbers and email addresses and everything, but just for sake of just demonstration, I just wanted to keep it simple. So each one has an image. Oh, and then if they overlap, you can scroll through. And then this will take you to the a new window. And so because these are admin boundaries, it's not, this is the, for instance, the BLM Little Snake Field Office District. It's not the BLM Surface Management Area layer. So it's basically like who do you call in your area? What is the local field office, for instance? So, and then the introduction from the narrative is here under federal, state. I only did 3 so far because it's not worth it to build everything out in a story map that's not going to live. So you click on the next one and it takes you to state. And so that's the state entities, CDPHE, DWR, and these, oh, that's the state. And then this is the DWR district number 44. And same thing, description, address, and a link to the relevant site. So in this case, the district office.
Anna, the DW, the Division of Water Resource, excuse me, the Department of Natural Resources, is the parent of all these other groups. The other 7 agencies inside the Department of Natural Resources. I can go over it with you later.
Right. So what you're saying is in this overview text for state, you would rather it say Division of Department of Natural Resources.
Yes.
Yes, of which these divisions are in the basin.
And everybody else is included inside that.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So, and then water conservancy districts, same deal. You get the idea. And so just my idea was to just add the rest to this scrolling sidebar. The benefit to doing it this way is that you don't have 50 different overlapping polygons on one map, which just creates a kind of a muddled mess. And it answers that need to be able to sort of have this built-in filter for the entities that you are most interested in. Okay, any questions on that? That's one way that we can show that chapter.
Is there a filter function at all if you're curious, especially about, say, who manages groundwater in the basin? It'll cross-reference what their responsibilities are, or is that more sophisticated than this feature allows for?
There's a way to do it with another element called the map tour, but that's points, not polygons. And I know that we discussed polygons being very important for this effort. And so I think what I could probably do is have sort of hot links to, you know, at the beginning of the section, maybe here underneath the how to use this map, you could have hot links to just the subheadings that you are most interested in. So you could go right to water conservancy districts or whatnot.
And
I have a quick question. I know chapter 5 has some more information just other than just the water managers. I know specifically that's where we talk about like the round table the most. How would we talk about the round table in that text if we were using this?
This is just that it just deals with the entities, the administrative entities in that last, you know, 2/3 of that chapter, and then preceding.
Okay, but we would still have some other verbiage for it.
Yeah, sort of the classic
Okay.
slides. Yep.
Okay. Got it.
So then this is the app that you can embed, and this is what I mean by having everything overlaid, all the polygons overlaid on one map. But this is the app. You can embed this in the story map, and you can also link out. So you can have it as a card here in the story map, or you could just have it live on the Roundtable website or share it with who you will. So the way it works is you click on it to interact. I built this info box that's, again, how to use this app, because I appreciate this when when someone provides this. So you can click here to use an address. You can use your current location. I'm not going to use mine because I'm in Durango and it's going to take me out of this map. Or you can just click within the map. You can, so let's say, enter Steamboat Springs. What it's going to do is it's going to take you to Steamboat Springs. It's going to show you all of the water management, water administrative entities in this sidecar within 5 miles. You can change that by adjusting that. You can drop it way down to 1 mile if you want to. And then another feature is you can filter. And so this, Kristen, speaks to your question about the filter. So if I just wanted to see what soil conservation district is in my area, I just click on that. And then again, it uses that, it consumes that same web map for which I built those pop-ups. And so it's a pretty cool trick to be able to use the same web map. So you just have to do the work once for different apps. So the sidebar pops up with that same the same pop-up that you saw on the web map. So say you want to actually, no, I actually want water and sanitation districts. Mount Werner. And then you can do, and then you would go up here and you would reset the filter. And then you could also click on a location. Oops, clear search location.
Context, I don't know if you guys remember, chapter 5 was about all the water managers, and it just was a lot of content, and it just grew. So this is a great way of showing that content, but not all
Not
words.
text, not
Just not
text.
text.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the beauty of a map.
Yeah. So that's the app. And then
Just to be clear, in the app, was that like jurisdiction or that boundary that we were looking at? Was that the boundary of the entity that you had clicked? Like, so, or is that the city? So for Hayden.
So for Hayden, if you click on it, you can zoom to it, and that's it selects that feature. So it selects the boundary of Hayden.
Okay, does it do that, or could it do that for the management entities, like say one of the conservation districts or?
Yep, see this little button? It just zooms to the extent and it selects that that polygon, that particular polygon.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So
so
the discussion is, which of these two features do we like better as a group? Which one do we think is more effective and gets what we hope the story map will get across to your average user as it relates to the water management entities?
Kristen, you're gonna be one of the people that uses this the most. Do you have a preference?
Well, I know what I feel, but I'm curious about what you guys feel, just having this first, like, kind of more less exposure to it, like just your kind of initial reactions, and then I'm happy to share my thoughts.
Anybody have a strong preference one way or the other?
So what's, I'm a little confused.
Could you- could you ask-
What's the two options?
Yeah, what are the two options again, please?
So this there's this first option, which is a story map element. It's just a sidecar, which is a scrolling sidecar is where you have the media on one side and then the text scrolling on the other side. And so in this case, it's the web map, and on the left, it's the scrolling sidecar with these built-in map action buttons that are intended to do just that. They just change the map view. So that's one way to do it in the story map. And then another way is to embed the app, which is a whole separate thing, which let me show you this. So this is the app, the standalone app. So it's a browser-based app. So this app is embedded inside the story map right now. So that's just one way to consume an app within a story map. So that's your choice. You have the built-in story map element, sidecar element, and then the embedded app.
With the sidecar, Anna, if you're playing it, just like playing it out, autoplay, you would see, federal pop up and then as it was scrolling down. But with the app, it's more intentional and you really kind of have to click into it, correct?
Yes, but you can't just set, so the way that this is built right now, this, the sidecar version is that you have to click on the buttons. And the
Okay,
reason
so it
the
is
reason I
different.
did that is because I feel like people get really frustrated when it's like endlessly scrolling. You're like, when is it going to end? You know, like how long is this? And this way, they can zoom right to, you know, what they are interested in without having to, you know,
Okay.
be led through it.
Would our websites work the second with the app? Kelly?
Well, sure. Yeah. That, you have to pay extra.
Just money.
Yeah.
I kind of like first the,
You like first, sidecar?
just the scrolling,
But-
just the scrolling app, not the.
Just curious, how do they index scrolling site?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing.
he was asking how you index, the entity, with the sidecar, like, can you just find water conservancy district, with the sidecar? Or do you have to like scroll down to find them?
It's just
So that
gotta-
was
Gotta be an app
Yeah.
with a GIS.
Kristen's question too.
Yeah.
And if that's, so my suggestion would be to provide a link, sort of almost like a mini table of contents, right here in this slide. So that if you really wanted to go to one or the other, you could just click on a button and go there.
I mean, I could see people want to use the app. But our goal is to set this up for a fifth grade audience. That means that I can use it too.
Good point.
So I think simpler, the simpler the better. If there was a way to have the app inside where you could look at water district boundaries, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
But I think the way we were thinking was that the sidecar, old sidecar.
I can tell you my sixth grader is probably better using any app than anyone on this call. so. Maybe excluding Anna, but that said, on the app feature, is it able to provide as much detailed information about each entity in the narrative? Or is it solely kind of more like, obviously here in the story map aspect, we have that descriptor of like what their roles are and how they are managing water within the basin. But
Yeah.
it's unclear to me if the app has that same level of detail.
So the way I would handle that is I would take, this text that talks about the federal entities, and I would write an expression to put it in the pop-ups with the for those federal entities. So, and the same would go across the board for all of the management types. But you're right, it's sort of I don't know. There's pluses and minuses for both of these approaches. This, I think, is more in keeping with the experience of the story map that someone has gone through so far. But that said, this app can just live somewhere else too. And it can also be at the very end, in the call to action section, it just be a button or a card that we can show.
I think that's what I like about the app is that if you want to kind of zero in on a management entity that has a specific role and figure out how to contact them or get more involved or see their boundary, it allows for a little bit more interaction than the story map alone. And I feel like that's kind of could be an invitation for people to use this resource and have it be more of a clearinghouse function as opposed to just like an informational resource, if you will. So that's kind of what I like about the app. But I am curious if one version versus the other would take you more time.
Well, the app is done.
Well, the app is done, so that's a good thing, so.
The only thing that, like I said, I'd have to do is pull in that prefix text into those pop-ups.
Okay, that helps contextualize it a little bit.
That might save it, that might help us out. Just remind everybody that we're done with.
There's an echo. I missed that.
So you said the app is done. Is that even with the computer technology foul up that's going on? So that's retrievable and still savable then evidently. I see you nodding, Anna, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so maybe we should take a vote for which sort of interface people prefer, but if we find ourselves in a situation where you're having to rebuild the story map, we reevaluate whether it's worth your time to build out the story map version of this. It's a little hard to be decisive, not knowing what the universe of hours that we have available is.
Because this is built in another story map, so I'd have to migrate everything over. But because the web map is there, because I've already got the methodology, it honestly wouldn't take that long. So if someone prefers this or over the other, it's not a huge deal.
So I have a question on the first one. let's say you wanted to bring up the Yellow Jacket Water District. How would you find that on that map?
With the sidecar.
Sidecar. But you have to scroll clear through to look for the Yellow Jacket.
Well, yeah,
that
so you'd have to, so it doesn't list it, it would be, you'd have to kind of know where, where's the Yellow Jacket one? There it is.
Yeah.
So you would have to, you know, click or tap on the location, or zoom in. You can zoom in and then it'll pop up. And that's how you get the information, is through the pop-up, instead of like the app has that list on the side.
Should we take a vote? And see, so we can finish up here.
Yeah, I have one more question, sorry. Which
What's that?
relates to one of our initial sort of thoughts on this resource, and that is related to the maintenance of this. Does the app have any maintenance that would be above and beyond just the story map itself that we should factor into a decision? Like if that goes corrupt or something goes wrong with that, or we want to populate it, is that easier or more difficult for us to maintain?
It uses a hosted feature layer that you can update through ArcGIS Online, and then it will automatically update. If you do that, it'll update the app, it'll update the web map, it'll update if it's in the story map. So I honestly, things going corrupt in ArcGIS Online is pretty rare. The only thing that might happen is they discontinue that app and it goes legacy, but you usually have, years of warnings before that's taken offline. That's a good question.
Another question, Jeff?
No, that's fine.
Can I offer this?
Yeah.
I wondered if, like, it's a little bit challenging in the room to like watch the scrolling and try to understand how the user experience would actually feel. And just hearing like Chuck saying, like, is it easy to navigate or is it hard to navigate? Like, I wonder if everyone, I don't wanna like slow the process for you, Sally, but like, could people try it out, like try both versions? Then weigh in, is it possible to allow a little bit of time for that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Anna. We're down about 10 minutes too.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste too much more of your time on this. I'm hearing the groups of like about 50-50. There's things about each of them they like. I guess my question would be, which one is more forward looking? Which one is the more appropriate strategy?
Well, it's kind of the conundrum when your audience is fifth graders to everyone. Are the fifth graders going to be more savvy with the little buttons that you have to know about, with the app? Or are they going to get bored by just scrolling and clicking on buttons through the sidecar? I think, we probably don't have to make the decision right now. I sent you a link in the chat to the app. It's public right now, so that you can explore it and see what you think. And I'll send you a link to this sort of mock-up story map too, so you can see how both work. Maybe that'll help you make a decision.
Yeah, I'll get feedback and I'll get back to,
When will that app work, or when?
I'll send those links out tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, the way she was talking, there's still a piece on the technical end, we spelled would be.
It's almost fixed, so
Okay.
she will be like ready to work on it pretty darn soon.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we'll do that soon. Here's them open.
Yeah, so the story map, the published story map, the big guy, that one it's still live. I just can't edit it. This one that I just sent you a link to is sort of this mock-up for me to be able to test these and show them to you and demo them. So just two different versions.
Yeah, I should have gotten the story map the other day in an email. Okay, All right. Calls to action, should we talk about that? Where we wanna have those live, at the end of the chapter or a full chapter?
I think that we had bounced back and forth between having some at the end and then sprinkled perhaps throughout in each chapter, so that if someone only has time to read the one of the chapters, they can scroll to the end of that one and click on a button and go right to more information. It really depends on what your calls to action are, and we have loads of suggestions in the narrative document. I think we just need to land on maybe some concrete ones. And if the
Right, well,
call
maybe, yeah.
if the call to action is to educate, then that's great too. You might want to just provide a link to the roundtable website or how to learn more information, etc.
So what else we've got about 5 minutes left. What else can we help you with?
So this is yet another decision point, whether we want to have a chapter devoted to the actions that the user of this resource can take to be involved with the water management strategies that the various entities are engaged in, or whether we kind of put them throughout the resource and have people kind of be able to look at them as they're reviewing the content. So like if they're looking at something relating to water quality, for example, they could have a call to action that says, here's an opportunity to join a Riverwatch team and do some water quality testing as a citizen, for example. Or if they were learning about Friends of the Yampas scorecard project and river health assessment, they could then decide or learn about how they could get involved with a river trash cleanup. The alternative is that it would all live in one section of the story map and be kind of its own standalone chapter.
And I should add that we are planning on having a pretty meaty resources section. And so providing those resources and links out means that we don't have to maintain, current events in the story map. People can follow the link and go to whatever entity's website that they're curious about.
And right now it's kind of set up as it's sprinkled out, without, so consumptive uses at the end, it's got some calls to action. That's my vote, because then it saves a whole chapter of scrolling, and then all the calls to action are kind of like, oh, well, this is, they're clustered.
Yeah, I like it section per minute.
Yeah, I like that
Spread
too.
throughout.
Okay. You'd rather have
Sprinkled?
it spread throughout?
I think so.
Sprinkled and not a chapter. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
And alternatively, we could keep it clean in the sense that you could have a link to that resources section at the end of each chapter. So if you want to learn more, go to the resources section.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I like it sprinkled throughout, Anna, I think because people can get engaged as they're interacting with it. And then I think maybe if we had like a graphic or a way to like differentiate between the content and the call to action, whether it's on the left bar and the right bar or different coloring or whatever it is, that might help.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
And that was my reminder that we're down to about 5 minutes. So what else do we need? Kristen, what else can we help you with?
I think we just want to make sure that everyone feels pretty good about the narrative that was made available and that was reviewed, and that we are just kind of have your blessing to build this out with this conversation after we decide offline whether we like the app or the story map feature. Because once we get it to a certain point, we'd like to share it with CWCB to get their feedback as the primary funder and as the state entity that's overseeing this, and to get kind of a peer review on the content before we eventually publish it. So gonna have some nuance there between having it be a completely final version before we send it to them, and getting everyone's feedback from this group. So I guess the question is, do we feel, are you comfortable with where things are at with regard to the content such that we can build this out once the technical difficulties have been resolved?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through it 3 times, every word, and I've made my edits, so. And
Steve's made
I'm
edits.
assuming that we have a responsibility to do that if you want to participate.
Doug Monger's made some, comments. We've had a couple people, and that's okay. Sean Welder today.
Can we do
So-
it through the end of Friday or?
Sure, you can, give us comments to the end of this week for sure. But but we just want to make sure we can go forward. So yes, go forward.
I completely agree. There's gotta be a time where we.
Awesome. Yep, and I've done the due diligence to reach out to everybody to give them a chance. So, no news is good news. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So Sally, we'll just figure out the how to get people's vote on the app versus story map feature.
Yep,
Later.
absolutely. I'll just reach out to everybody and let you know.
Yeah, you could maybe provide just a really short demo on the same 1 or 2 questions so that we have a comparative, and that should make it.
Great, thank you.
So I have a,
Did I hear Anna right? Did I hear Anna right that we could have the story map type sidecar version and put the app like in resources where you could dig deeper? Is that?
Yes,
That's
we
what I
could have
heard Anna
that
say.
as well. Yeah, we
Yep.
could have
Okay.
both.
So we could have both. Okay.
We could have both.
You could have your cake and eat it too.
Yep,
That's the
absolutely.
way we like it.
Okay.
so I had a silly question if I could.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You had a question?
Yeah, so this Doug, so I think I missed this a little bit. Who is our target audience? Is our target audience everybody, or is our target audience decision makers, or and again, I don't think it makes any difference to the narrative, but I'm not in the stylish points and the discussion that we had earlier. I wouldn't have. I'm easy to go either way. So, but I guess that's my question, Kristen, and whoever understands.
Yeah, it's really for the general public to get a better understanding of what the Yampa White Green Basin Roundtable is and the many nuances and the dynamism of the watersheds that make it up. And so the kind of competing issues and interests, where the water comes from, how it flows through the system. But the low end of that reader group is 5th graders, because we want this to be a resource for them before they go to the Yampa Youth Water Festival, so they can kind of take a tour of the watershed, and then they can go to that event and learn about some of the specific issues that are covered in the story map. But really, the application is just about anyone who has an interest in learning about the Yampa White Green Basin Roundtable.
Thank you.
We're gonna talk about a new meeting time. I'll just say that.
Before we go there, I just want to say, Anna, thank you. I know you and Lauren have put a ton of time in on this. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Look forward to seeing your final product.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you to everyone who has put their time into reviewing the narrative, and Sally and Kristen for reaching out to everyone. That's hugely helpful.
Yeah, thanks, Sally, for herding cats on this thing. All right, so you had a topic. We have one other topic we want to.
I'll just propose it. We can ponder it over, next couple months. We were thinking about moving the time to meet PEPO. Clearly it's moved to 3 o'clock now. But maybe moving it to a completely different day. But I was thinking the week before, on the day of the executive meeting, then we could go over our PEPO agenda. Have it ready for the PEPO meeting. It's just a big day. I was hoping maybe to get more participation. Something the Rio Grande does. People can join the meetings during their work hours, so. Just trying to, I think everybody's here by accident for the PEPO meeting, so.
Well, we kind of,
Like.
we're starting to miss
Yeah.
our partners. We just don't have enough time for
Yes,
that, so I mean, my suggestion would be maybe have it 3 to 5. We have our executive meeting from 5 to 6.
see, the unfortunate part is it would be online, so we would miss the in-person part. Because it would be, an online, so I just wanna ponder that for a little bit, so. Yeah,
You know, we did the grant one online and then it's always been totally on, well,
yeah,
when it was
before.
in person and online, or when it was only in person, we hardly had very few people participate like we do now.
Yeah,
Once
okay,
we put it online, I think we've got a dozen people that try to get into that meeting.
And we can send out
a survey,
final questionnaire in January and just say, okay, it's coming up, here's what
Okay.
you do. Or,
all right, that's all I have.
okay, if that's all we have on the agenda. It is now 4:02. And thank everybody for the participation. And I think we spent a lot of time on the story map. We'll learn a lot more about story maps and how they're put together. And thanks everybody for participation. And we'll adjourn the meeting.
You need to end this, Celine started anew, okay?
Thank you. Good to see everyone.
Thanks,
you all.
Bye.
Okay.
It's been on this whole time.
Sally,
I need Kristen, but we can start going ahead.
I don't have a slide with the agenda, so could
Okay.
you just watch?
It might be.